Just got done with day 3 of Jeff Nippard's new bodybuilding transformation program, I think he calls it. So I'm in the middle of week 2 at the moment. So day 3, week 2 I just hit. And what I kind of want to do is document the entire 12-week program. And I think I'm going to do that by making one video a week at the end of each training week to kind of like document how all the workouts went, how I progressed from one week to the next. And at the end of the 12 weeks, we'll compare the before and after pictures. So given that that's the strategy I want to use, I'm kind of starting a little bit late. I really ideally should have released a video at the end of week 1, but I'm in the middle of week 2 and I just decided this is the kind of the format I want to use, so be it. To recap week 1, this program is a 5-day program. It is upper lower rest day followed by push pull push legs. So, and then another rest day after that. So again, upper, lower, rest, pull, push legs, rest, repeat. So that's how it works over a 7-day time period. And of course you can feel free to make adjustments as needed to fit your schedule. Week 1 is what Jeff considers to be like an introductory / deload week. So you're taking all of the sets not quite to failure. Some of the sets for like the isolation movements, you're gonna be close to like an RPE 8 or 9 on the last set, maybe a 6 to 7 or an 8 on the sets leading up to the last set. Nothing is taken to failure. On every exercise, you're meant to leave a little bit in the tank each time. And that's just for 1 week though. And after that, the ante gets upped a bit. Moving into week 2 and beyond, every set is taken to absolute failure or beyond. There are long length partial sets where you'll do as many reps with full range of motion as you can, and then beyond that you'll do lengthened partials. So in the case of a bicep curl, if this is a full range of motion, you go until you cannot anymore, and then you would do a lengthened partial in the fully stretched position, just coming to about here. You would not do the partial here in the shortened position. There are also myo rep sets or rest pause sets where you'll do as many reps as you can to failure, rest 5 to 10 seconds, bang out another 3 to 5 reps or so, and you keep repeating that process until you can't repeat it anymore for at least 3 good quality reps. So all the footage that you're seeing on the screen here, this is stuff from my first week. I filmed as many sets as I could. Ideally I'm trying to film my last set of everything, but it's not always that easy with a busy gym and whatnot. I really prefer to go later at night, but you got to kind of go when you can go, and when it's busy, it's not always that practical to film like the lengthened dumbbell flies, for example. There's like 20 people in that free weight area at all times during the peak hours. It's a huge pain to try to set up a camera up there. I can't bring myself to bring a tripod into the gym. I know it's 2025. I know everybody's doing it. It's like way more acceptable than it was a few years ago. But just me personally, like, I don't know, I can't bring myself to bring one in there. One, from the practicality standpoint, I really don't want to drag that thing around with me everywhere I go. And second of all, I don't begrudge anyone that wants to use it. But for me, it's just, I don't know. I'm not a fan of setting it up and, kind of the path of everybody who's trying to walk by. So I just use a magnet. I have a small magnet that I can attach to like anything that is metal. And I just try to find a place to strategically attach that where I'm not getting in anybody's way, and I can kind of film myself in peace. It's a lot easier to do later at night than it is during the day, but c'est la vie. I'm very curious to see how this goes, because I don't think I've done a program where I've taken every single set to failure in a long time. Like the last time I did that, I'm 35 years old now, and I was probably like in my early 20s or late teens the last time I did a program where I deliberately took every single last set to absolute failure. And I wasn't doing it as intelligently as Jeff's program writes it out for you. I was just doing the typical teenager, early 20-somethings thing where everything was taken to failure. As my endurance and my strength got compromised, my technique would get compromised a lot too, right? Like bicep curls, if I was about to hit failure, that's fine, just kind of throw your back into it a little bit. I was never as bad about it as a lot of other people were as I came up in the gym, especially because a couple of years in, I had a really good mentor that kind of taught me the ropes and discouraged me from doing too much silly stuff. But I definitely went through my phase where I would just use a ton of body English to the point that it just was kind of counterproductive. You weren't really getting too much more out of the muscle at that point. You were just kind of beating up your joints. I remember at like 21, I was bench pressing with like wraps. I would wrap my elbows because my joints were so beat up from kind of training like an idiot, just pushing things way too hard and using way too much momentum and relying on the joints too much. So I was 21, wrapping my elbows like a guy in my mid-50s at that point. And that was a bit of a wake-up call to clean things up. And I'm glad that I did. So if anyone younger is watching this, I think some good advice that would behoove you to listen to sooner than later would be, the sooner you start training like you're 45, the longer you will be able to feel like you're 25. And I can tell you that there is something to that, because I am 35, as I said, currently. And I heard that advice around the time I was 25, 26, 27, somewhere in there. And I've cleaned a lot of things up with my training over the years compared to what it was. And I feel probably better at 35 than I felt at 25. So there's definitely something to that advice. If you don't take anything else out of this video, maybe take that. But yeah, as far as my goals for this 12-week program goes, Jeff designed this to put on as much muscle as humanly possible in a year. My goals for this plan, long term, they are to build muscle. But for right now, my goal with the plan is to maintain as much muscle as possible while in a slight deficit. So I spent about the last 20 weeks trying to put on size, trying to put on muscle. I think I did a decent job of it. I started around 181 pounds about 20 weeks ago, and I just ended at 189 pounds. So it was about 0.4 pounds a week of gain, steady gain. I was just trying my best to maximize muscle gain while minimizing fat gain, and I think I did a pretty good job of it overall. So I really just want to do my best to tighten that up just a little bit. So I'm doing right now a 12-week diet, fat loss phase. I'm looking to lose somewhere between half a pound to 1 pound a week. I kind of settled around like 0.8 pounds a week is a good target. If it's a little bit more than that, that's fine. A little less, that's fine. But my goal is to be under 180 by my birthday, and hopefully we'll have maintained all of the muscle, whatever amount that was, but hopefully we'll maintain all of the muscle I gained over this last muscle gain phase. So then from that point, I will have a clean slate. After my diet is over, I'll have a blank canvas to build back up on again. My body fat will be at a real nice and low level that I feel comfortable with personally. And from there, I can really take my time and do another solid, 16 to 20 weeks of building muscle at about a half a pound per week rate of gain. So maybe I will close out 2025 at around 190 pounds and hopefully more muscular with a little less fat than the last time I closed out at 189, 190 pounds back in the beginning of May. That is the goal. It's a long-term thing, but trying to look the part, or just the way I enjoy looking, trying to feel good, and for wrestling, because I'm a professional wrestler. When you're in front of a crowd in your underwear, you want to feel good about the way you look. All right. By looking good, you're gonna feel good, and when you feel good, you're gonna perform a lot better. So those are my physique goals for now. Maybe you can pull something from this video that'll be helpful for you in your situation. I'd love to hear about you guys and your training and diet goals and whatnot. And hopefully we can build up like a little community around here, and we can all get better and stronger and healthier together. So thanks for watching. If you checked it out this far, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks a lot.